Hi Wellness Warrior, it's Dr. Zarowski, and we're going to be talking about activated charcoal today in this video. I think activated charcoal has a tremendous benefit to your health, and I think it should really be in every person's home, in their medicine cabinet, because activated charcoal can be used in so many different circumstances in your home, and certainly is a very inexpensive thing that I think you'll find great benefit to. So let's go ahead and dive in. But before we do, I'm Dr. Nick Zarowski. Welcome to the channel. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and for all my natural health videos, go to www.drz.tv. Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, activated charcoal is something that continues to pop up more and more on the marketplace. It's basically something you can get over the counter, personal products such as toothpaste, deodorant, and skin cleaners. That leaves many consumers curious about what it is, how it works, and does it live up to the hype. So a lot of times when you see activated charcoal in toothpaste, like, it has a great teeth whitening ability, right? Now, there's going to be people who argue that, saying like, you shouldn't use activated charcoal because it could, basically screw up the enamel on your teeth. I think that it's perfectly safe and fine to use. You just don't want to use it like daily, right? If you're using it like every once in a while, completely fine. It's actually something I do. What I do is I take a capsule of activated charcoal, because it'll come in like a supplement form, and I'll sprinkle it on my toothbrush and just brush with it, and it does a great job whitening your teeth. So if your teeth are maybe yellow or stained from coffee, whatever, activated charcoal is great for that. Deodorant, it's commonly used in deodorant because it's a binder. It binds up toxins, it binds up smells, it just helps, it basically allows these companies to make deodorant and make it toxin free without all the chemicals, and still make it so it works. And then of course skin cleaners, because it helps with acne, it helps with just cleansing the skin. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is sometimes, use a face mask or something, and I will actually put some activated charcoal in that in order to actually act as a cleanser for the face. So it's great for that too. So what is activated charcoal? So if we kind of look at the long history of it, since the 1800s, it's been used, and it's been used to treat overdoses. So someone overdoses on a pharmaceutical, maybe a chemical, or even like a street drug, something like that. You can pump somebody's stomach full of activated charcoal, and it helps bind up those toxins in order to save the person's life, essentially. And so that's what we had seen it used for, like long into our history. However, it's something that I used for many, many years prior to ever it being pretty popular. And one of the ways that we use it is to support detoxification. Now, a lot of people will tell you that activated charcoal alone is a detoxifier, as in like you can just take it and you're detoxing your body. That is not true. That's not how that would work. And so we'll kind of clear that up a little bit to help you truly understand how you can use it to benefit you in the way of detoxification. But it's not just a matter of taking the activated charcoal. So I've used it clinically for a long time for that purpose. And then today it's kind of caught on to be like this, big thing where we're seeing it in all the skincare and beauty products. The toothpaste is a big one that it's in. I mean, I know I use toothpaste with activated charcoal in it every night. So let's go ahead and continue on in this article. So they go on to say, basically explaining what activated charcoal is. It's not the coal that you used on your grill or anything like that. Activated charcoal is produced by heating carbon-rich materials such as peat, wood, or coconut shells. That activates the substances so it can actually bind to other substances as it is ingested. So basically what happens with activated charcoal is you find yourself in a position that when you consume it, it's a great binder. Okay, so this is why when you hear people say like, you can use it to help with your digestion, the whole like science behind that is if you're consuming things that you shouldn't really be eating, like if you're consuming gluten or a lot of different bad foods that have artificial ingredients. And the idea is that using this activated charcoal is that it's going to bind up some of that stuff, right? And this is the same reason that you don't want to take activated charcoal around taking other supplements, simply because it will bind them up and you won't get the benefit from them. So anyway, the activated charcoal has a huge benefit in helping in a lot of ways, and that's one of the things you can do is if you've got some digestive stuff going on, you can take activated charcoal. Like I said, this is the reason I think everybody should have this in their home, because it has many, many purposes. Like I said, I crack it open on my toothbrush and I whiten my teeth with it every once in a while. So I'm a big fan of it for that too. Now, going to the article, back to the article, activated charcoal uses. Well, it's most effective if used within 1 hour of ingesting toxic substances. It's not a cure-all. They go on to say basically there's a lot of different things it can help with in the way of like protecting you from toxic overdoses, but there also are some that it can't help with. The World Health Organization approves it for poisonings and stuff like that. But the majority of people aren't using activated charcoal because of poisoning, and that's not even why I'm recommending you have it in your house. I'm recommending it because it has a lot of other good uses. Now they go on here to say activated charcoal also provides gastrointestinal relief. Researchers found that activated charcoal can aid with issues such as diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach cramps, and indigestion. It may be good for people who are experiencing diarrhea as a result of chemotherapy. Once again, it's kind of an extreme circumstance, but the same thing. It's like, the chemo is a poison. I mean, when people are using chemo in order to overcome cancer, I mean, they're poisoning the hell out of themselves, unfortunately. So, if you use activated charcoal, it'll help basically, calm the stomach down, but actually bind up some of that chemical. They go on to say that it's powerful for the liver and kidneys, and there's even some research showing that activated charcoal could help with, potentially help with obesity, insulin resistance, and high cholesterol. I'm not real familiar with all of that. That would be pretty interesting to see. Once again, if it did help in those circumstances, it probably would have to do with like, just binding up, like if you're eating like starchy carbs all the time, it would bind it up so you're not digesting them the same. With insulin resistance, it somehow would probably bind up a lot of these sugars that you're consuming to help with that. Like that's where I would go with that. And if you're able to, not digest a bunch of starchy carbs because it wouldn't allow you, or you were not digesting all of that sugar, and it helped lower your insulin levels and everything, then obviously it would help with obesity and cholesterol issues. So they go on to say you can take it in pill form or liquid form, or as an enema. I've only done it in pill form. Like I said, however I want to use it, I'll just take the capsules, open them up, and I'll put a link in the description to the one I use. I use one called Bind, and it's actually really good because not only does it have activated charcoal in it, but it actually has some different ingredients that's just found in nature and different fruits and stuff like that are really good binders as well. So it kind of like binds from multiple aspects, with activated charcoal really being the core ingredient behind it, though. Activated charcoal today. So notably, many brands are using it in toothpaste and adding it to their formulations. Like I said, it's a great way to remove a lot of chemicals from these different products and then have something more natural in there. And there's, they basically claim, they say that it can improve oral health and whiten your teeth, which it definitely does. Like I said, I crack open a capsule and I sprinkle it on my toothbrush and I brush with it. I don't do it that often, but probably like bi-weekly I'll do it, and it's helpful. It certainly is. If you have coffee stained teeth or your teeth are yellowing, it's good for that. It helps with acne, fight acne, helps draw toxins from your skin. Like I said, this is why it's beneficial to even make like a face mask with it, or add it to a face mask that you have. I mean, I saw that many of these stores will even have some face masks that you can buy that are activated charcoal based face masks. I mean, you get them and they're these black face masks that you put on, but if you're not getting fancy like that, you could just buy like a mud mask of some sort, and then put some activated charcoal in it. So as we move forward looking at this, basically activated charcoal is very useful. So let's talk about detox, because that's what I promised I'd talk about too, is that when we're using it clinically with detox, it's just not a matter of taking activated charcoal and it just detoxing you. It's not going to happen. What we use activated charcoal as is its purpose, and that's a binder. So what we would do is we would use a multiple part system, right? So we use one part of the detox would be to focus on pushing toxins from the body. This is very important. So you have to actually get into the cell, activate the glutathione, the mitochondrial response, work on healing the cell, and work on pushing the cell's natural ability to push toxins from the body. And as you are pushing toxins from the body, then what you will find is that activated charcoal comes in next. So you're going to push them from the cell using one part, and it's going to dump it in the liver. And as the liver is basically filtering this stuff out of your blood, it's going to dump it into the colon through the gallbladder. Okay, so As that's all these toxins are dumped into the colon, then you use the activated charcoal to bind them up so that they don't go back in your colon and you don't just retoxify yourself, because that's called retox, right? There's detox and that's retox if you just dump these toxins in your colon and then they're reabsorbed. So the whole goal is that you push the toxins, liver collects some, takes them, dumps them into the colon via gallbladder, and then the activated charcoal binds them up and then they leave your body in your waste. So that's how we use it. And that's like, so simply there's like a 2-part system for that. I can put that, it's like a 30-day detox. It's a really good system. And I can put a link to that in the description below, but that's something that has to be done if you're going to use it for detox purposes. You can't just go and say, oh, activated charcoal, it's going to detox me, because it really won't. And so that would be quite a big misunderstanding when you're talking about this. So that's it in a nutshell. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to remind you too that I did start a new channel on YouTube, so you can check it out. I'll go ahead and link it here in just a second. The whole reason I started this channel is to give a different perspective. I do more like health animations and stuff like that. I do drawings and help people understand some of these different health topics in a different way. So definitely go over there, check that out, and be sure to subscribe to it. And if you're interested in detoxing or using activated charcoal in your home, like I said, I'll put resources below for you. So check out the new channel right here.